Sounds good.
Okay, hello everybody. This is Tito, board CEO at Altie Sales with another cold calling training. Today I have a new guest. It's Allie Hudson from Docebo. Hey, Allie.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I'm excited.
Me too.
So just for the audience, we were trying to record it and it didn't work. Internet problem. So we're back, but we're gonna start from scratch. So to give you guys context. We're talking a little bit about who Allie's trying to reach out to. And the person's going to be director of partner programs, director of partnerships. The idea is channel sales. I'm trying to manage all the people who are reselling or like selling my product to their customers and so on. And seems like some sort of way I need to organize myself. So yeah, what else do they need to know? I think that's the basics. I'm gonna pick up the phone. You're gonna call me, and then after that, we'll switch it around. I'll call you, and then we'll figure out if there's anything that we can learn from this.
Sounds great.
Awesome, Allie. So let me turn around or get out of the recording area, and I'll pick up the phone. So ring, ring, ring. Hello, this is John.
Hi, John. This is Allie with Docebo. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Yeah, I'm running to a meeting. How can I help you?
Well, I promise I'll be brief, but I saw that you lead partner enablement at your company, and I want to see if you're still involved in partner training initiatives over there.
Yeah, we have it all set up. Yeah, it's working well.
That's great. Well, the reason for my call is because I saw you have a really vast partner network, and I was curious to learn a little bit more about how you're training all of your different partners.
We do it like any other company. I mean, they have access to a lot of materials. And then like once a quarter, we organize specific like online seminars where they can come and look at the new releases, new things that are happening, new integrations, and so on. Yeah, it's super well organized. I have 2 people under me that help me put everything together.
That's great that you have a process that you're working through already. So what are you using to organize all the different training materials that you're putting together?
We're just using Box, and it's it's good. People get access, they download, we get notifications when people are looking at specific materials. We ask them questions. We really work hard to enable our partners and help them be successful with our product as well.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm really glad that I reached out to you. We work with companies similar to yours, like Veeam, to help certify and train all of their 10,000 partners. And they were able to do this in less than 6 months through an automated training process for their partners. And I really wanted to see if maybe you had 15 minutes sometime later this week or early next just to dig a little deeper into that.
That's interesting. So who's going to build that certification program? I mean, that's something we're starting to think about, but what does it usually involve in terms of resources on my end versus your end?
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've already built out a lot of great content through your program already. And what Docebo would be able to help you do is really just automate a lot of the processes for distributing all of that content and the recertification processes so that you don't have to worry about the manual administration for all of that.
Okay, how much does it cost?
So pricing is going to vary a lot depending on the size of your partner network. And I was able to gather a little bit of information on the size of your partner network online, but that's also one of the reasons I wanted to talk for that 15 minutes, just so I could give you a better estimate based on your specific use case.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we can look at this, I guess.
Sounds great. I have my calendar pulled up now. Does Thursday or Friday around 10 a.m. work for you?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, I'll send you over an invite.
Cool. Allie, you're already so good. Why are you signing up for training? This is it's not useful for the audience. No, I'm kidding.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Let me see. Okay, I want to get out of this, son. Yeah, no, that was good. That was a good call. I think it was solid. You seem to be using some of the things that I was training Hector Forward on a couple of days ago. So this is sneaky. You're using
I did watch the video. But I would
Okay,
be a bad SDR if I didn't do my research in advance now, wouldn't I?
that is true. Okay, cool. So here's what I want to do. I want to make we're gonna do a harder call. I'm gonna be
Okay.
an executive assistant now. And you're trying to get to John, and then I'll play the role of John again. And yeah, let's see. I want to try to coach the audience on a more advanced training. So let's try that. So first, I'm going to be a receptionist or executive assistant,
Okay.
um, and then I'm gonna try to be decision maker. Take it as if it's a regular call. So like, you know, if you feel like you're just going to stop pushing, stop pushing. If you feel
Okay.
like you would hang up, like just be like, hey, goodbye, and we can figure things out. So let's try that. So um, ring, ring, ring. Hello, ABC Company. This is Cindy. How can I help you?
Hi, Cindy. My name is Allie, and I was looking to get in touch with John. Is he available?
No, he's in a meeting. Is he expecting your call?
I'm following up on an email that I sent him a couple days ago.
Okay, what is this in regards to?
I was calling him about some partner training initiatives.
Are you a salesperson?
Is there a time that I could call back at a different time that he might be available?
Um, I think it's better if you send him an email. That's the best way to get a hold of John. Yeah, why don't you send him an email? Do you have his email?
I do. Can I just confirm it with you? John at abccompany.com.
Yeah, that works. Cool.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was good receptionist handling. Now you get really smart and you call at 8:45 in the morning.
Yep.
Receptionist is not there yet, and hopefully you get straight to the decision maker. So I'm gonna pick up
Mhm.
the phone again, and I am gonna be John.
Okay.
I
Same
need
persona as before.
same persona as before. I'm gonna try to make it even harder for you.
Okay.
Um, Let me. I'm thinking what I'm gonna say. Okay. Okay. Hello. This is John.
John, this is Allie with Docebo. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Yeah. Having a terrible day. What is this in regards to?
I'm so sorry about that. I was calling you about some partner training initiatives. It sounds like you're in the middle of some things. Would there be a better time I could give you a call back?
Yeah. If you can call me back next week, that'd be great.
All right. Is there a day specifically next week that would work best?
I don't know. Any day's fine. I just need to get off the phone.
All right. I'll give you a call on Wednesday, John.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Ali. That's good. I don't know what to say. Let me do. Let me do one more,
Okay.
and then I'll explain to the audience what I'm trying to do and how you're handling that well, or and what they can learn from what you're doing. I don't think I
Okay.
necessarily need to turn around and do the calls myself if you're going to be doing it this well. So
Okay.
cool. Let's do one more. Hey, hello. This is John.
Hey, John, this is Allie with Docebo. How's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have a good Thanksgiving holiday?
It was amazing. It was such a fun time. Yeah. How about you?
That's awesome. Mine was awesome as well. I definitely ate way too much food, but I think that's kind of the point of Thanksgiving, huh?
Definitely. Cool. How can I help you?
Yeah, well, John, I was giving you a call because I know that you are the head of partner enablement over there at ABC Company, and I really wanted to learn some more about your partner training process and how you're currently training your partners.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Docebo.
Huh. Um, okay. What is Docebo?
Yeah, so Docebo has helped similar companies like Veeam and Appian train over 10,000 partners in less than 6 months. And I thought that you might be interested in learning a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I think we got all that set up actually. We're using a few tools. We have a team managing our partnership network. It's working really, really well. But hey, I appreciate the call.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't mind me asking before you go, what tools are you currently using to train your partners?
We're using InPartner, and then we're using, our team has gotten all organized. We have a certification program. We run webinars, and then we have specific email auto triggers that go to our partners, reminding them to take the certification program. Our engagement rate is actually super high right now, and yeah, it's been a profitable channel for us.
Well, that's awesome that you have a high engagement rate and that you already have your certification process built out a little bit. I'm actually not super familiar with what you mentioned that you're using your automation for, and really wanted to see. I know I'm calling you out of blue right now, but if you had 15 minutes, maybe next week, where we could dig a little bit deeper into your certification process and see if there's any way Docebo could add some value and help automate that a little further.
I think we're all set for now. As I said, we've built a pretty strong program already. But maybe in 6 months, if the program kind of like outgrows our capabilities right now, happy to talk once it's a more urgent matter for us.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll go ahead and give you a call back in 6 months. And definitely growing partner networks, like you mentioned, is a reason why those companies like Veeam and Appian turned to Docebo. So I think it would definitely be a good thing for us to reconnect at that point.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks, John.
Cool. Awesome, Allie. I think that was really good. I think you could help me train SDRs, which is awesome. Let's go over. I want to hear from your end. What are some things you did throughout those calls? Where's your head going? How can you help other SDRs get into that same quality of performance?
Yeah, so the first thing and most obvious thing I think is mirroring how people respond when they answer the phone. So, like when someone answers the phone and they're really frantic, I know even if they are someone that is potentially going to buy, now is not the best time to have a conversation, obviously. And so I want to leave a good impression with them, even if we don't have that like good conversation that I wanted. So, being respectful of them. Then that second person that answered that was super upbeat, he's more willing to shoot the breeze a little bit and talk about Thanksgiving.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I would say exactly the same. You got to mirror their energy.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other things you did on the call in terms of like phrasing or, what the pitch looks like or what things you're mentioning or, um, yeah,
Yeah.
share tactics.
So with Docebo, we don't have the name recognition that some other large companies may have. So if you're calling from HubSpot or Google or something, people have heard of you before. So they're going to be more familiar with that product. But if you don't have that product knowledge, you have to be prepared to answer the question of Docebo, like
Right.
who are you? Why are you calling me? So
Mhm.
when they ask that question, they're not asking you to say again what company you're calling from. They're asking who you are and what you do. So having like that card in my back pocket of Docebo, we've helped Veeam certify 10,000 partners in less than 6 months.
Right.
Oh, maybe you are actually someone that I want to listen to.
Yeah, that's really cool. I agree with that. And then most of the SDRs don't work for companies that have a lot of brand recognition. So I say
Right.
exactly the same thing. Like it happens so much when, I train SDRs to call somebody. They're like, "Hey, this is John calling from XYZ company. Do you have 2 minutes to speak?" And they're like, "Yeah, where are you calling from?" Right? And what that gives you is permission to go to the pitch because your pitch
Mm-hmm.
is telling you where you're calling from. You don't need to say Docebo.
Yeah.
If you just say Docebo and shut up, they're like, okay, like
Yeah.
now what? So you just gotta say, yeah, I'm calling from a partnership, whatever channel program enabler company called
Yeah.
Docebo. We work with companies like Veeam and XYZ. And what I was hoping to do is hear a little bit more about how are you currently handling your partner program.
Yep.
And then that works really well. Cool. Any other tips or tricks you want to share with the audience? I think this is super helpful. I don't think there's a lot I can train you on. I could listen to maybe 20 of your call recordings and then figure out the one or two things. But to give
Thank
the
you.
audience also some perspective on how I think about training. When I onboard, let's say, an SDR to Alti sales, for the first couple of weeks, I try to listen to literally 100% of their calls, right? Or their
Yeah.
manager is going to listen to 100% of their calls, and then train them only on one or two things per week, what we believe is the highest impact, right? Next week or two, then we go back. We're like, okay, you've learned X, Y, Z. You're committed to implementing those in your pitch. Here are the next two things, right? At the beginning, it might be, the pitch, what companies you kind of like create social proof with.
Yeah.
How do you explain the product? Some basic objection handling, like he's busy, or how to handle a receptionist, and so on. Later on, it's about matching energy and all those things. But it takes 8 to 12 weeks maybe to get somebody like fully ramped onto your level. Tell us how long did it take you to learn all this? Like, is this part of Docebo's regular SDR training program? Is it you? Is it what happened?
I've actually only been at Docebo since late August. So I'm still new to Docebo, although I was an SDR in a previous role. So I'm new to Docebo, but not new to the SDR role in general.
Did you learn most of it before Docebo?
I would say I learned a lot of it at my previous role, but also learned a lot at Docebo as well. I've been super fortunate to work under two really awesome managers who put a big emphasis on training and developing their SDRs. So that's been a huge help to me as well. Also, here at Docebo, we actually use our own. So Docebo Sales Enablement is a side of our ICP as well. And so we have a huge repository of calls, demos, everything that I can just watch on demand, see people's comments and everything. So I've spent a ton of time in that system, listening to calls, hearing what works, what doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really good practice. It's funny you say that, because I have an internal library of like, Hall of Fame calls is what I call them, but it's a big list of like people calling, trying to do SDR work for different programs or different companies, and so on.
We used to call it the Call of Fame.
Call of Fame. Nice. I like it. Cool, Allie.
Thanks.
I think, I don't know what any other tips or tricks for the audience. I mean, it seems like you got it pretty well put together. I don't know what else could be beneficial.
One thing that was super helpful to me, especially as I was first starting out as an SDR, was to treat objections, like initial objections, because someone's always going to have an objection. It's like a unicorn when you call someone and they're like, I'm so glad you called me. Perfect. Let's set up some time.
Right.
So treating initial objections as an opportunity for clarification. So you say you have it all organized, ready to go. I don't take that as face value that you don't need Docebo anymore.
Right.
Not like, oh, okay, I'll try someone else. Like, oh, you already have it organized. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that organization looks like for you?
Yeah, exactly. That's also always part of training for us. You did that really well, which is I call it cold calling jujitsu. It's taking whatever they say and using it to your advantage, as long as it fits your profile, right? So
yeah,
I don't know, and maybe we don't even want to mention who are Docebo's competitors or whatever. But like, if you work for a company that let's say you're an equivalent of HubSpot but not as good, right? And you call some company, they're like, we're using HubSpot, and you're going to lose a deal. You probably just want to say, okay, cool, that makes sense. We probably can't help you a ton. Thanks, bye. Yeah. But many times, like, if you are HubSpot and you're calling to a company that company that they're using some lesser, competitor, and you think you have a big advantage, like both on pricing and on functionality and all that, and they're like, oh, I'm using XYZ, you can say, oh, I am so glad I gave you a call. Like, this is definitely going to be relevant. So it's grabbing what they say and understand how to be able to use it and see it as a friendly conversation. Put yourself kind of like by their side rather than confrontational. I've heard SDRs where they're like, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm using HubSpot. Like, oh no, 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 no. I'm not saying you should stop using HubSpot, but you should definitely take a look. And what that creates, like an SDR being like defensive or like saying no, no, no,
Yeah.
and acting kind of like out of their centric, like Zen like personality, just throws people off, and they don't want to talk to you anymore. They feel like you're
Yeah.
salesy. So I think you did a really good job in keeping center and say, oh, that's very interesting. You use that. I talk to a lot of people using that, and I'd love to hear more about what that certification program looks like. Like,
Yeah.
are you doing all paper based? Do you have video? Do you have
Mm-hmm.
whatever? Like, I've never managed a channel partner program, so I don't necessarily know exactly how it all works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that was great work, Allie.
Thank you.
Cool. Hopefully the audience enjoy this. I think I'm going to stop the recording here, and then we can stay on the call for a couple of minutes and chat a little bit more. So
Sounds
thanks,
good.
everyone. Bye.